I really don't think anyone could have done it, that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. Whatever the sordid details, it was him. He stabbed the poor man to death. Then he hid his dog disposed of the body. That simply has to be what happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes? I did him the most terrible disservice.
Yes, you killed him.
I suppose you could put it that way. If I weren't just some excuse for a warden, this would never have happened. That's why I had to clean up this terrible mess. Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is truly to your credit. I'm certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude.
You've clearly never met Mr. Knight.
Hold it!
You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that?
All the other children in my little home are absolute sweethearts. They all have faith in themselves and in one another. They have faith in the guards and in me. They work hard every day to better themselves. None of them would dare commit murder.
That's a very touching reason indeed, and I don't believe a word of it.
Canis? Oh, he's rotten to the core. He's the only one who would do something like that.
Hold it!
Knight was being kept in a holding cell while Mr. Canis was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were opposite ends of the facility?
Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. All kinds of awful things can happen.
But Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. I can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time.
You don't know Canis, my dear. He'd find a way, I'm sure of it.
Hold it!
How can you take a disliking to somebody all the way over in the holding cells?
I'm just plucking possibilities out the air, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really goes on between them. You're so awfully serious, aren't you? Not that I mind, of course.
Why is she looking at me like that?
So noble, dashing in that marvellous suit, so clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling, I really can.
Ooh,
Stay with me, Mr. Edgeworth.
I wasn't prepared for mental onslaught.
Hold it!
What more can you tell us about these sordid details?
We know Canis once did that for a living. I doubt the killing part gave him much trouble, especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think? Couldn't turn his head to the right, poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in, anyway.
They must make some sort of report for the warden when new prisoners are admitted. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight.
That's because I didn't, sweetie. The victim was simply a fun target for that monster, nothing more. I expect Canis used the chisel that was hidden in the chest set, don't you? Awfully grisly business. Just imagine, the man probably didn't even have time to cry out.
I see. Thank you for your thoughts, they are very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about him in a little more detail, if you don't mind.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I could chat with you all day. Don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course we can talk about them more.
Hold it!
And which chest set would this be precisely? Really?
The one the victim bought is sweet. If you try to keep up, the victim was a certified chess fanatic, or so I'm led to believe. The naughty boy snuck a chisel inside it. Can you imagine?
How did she know about the chisel in the chest set? Only a few people were supposed to know about that. After all, we only learned about it thanks to certain deductions we made. So how did she find out?
In the hands of a killer like Canis, even a chisel could serve as a deadly weapon.
Objection!
Warden Lagarde, you strike me as being more careful than the image your project suggests.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please call me Fifi or Sweetie Pie if you prefer.
However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance.
Aren't you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed, we're all family here.
Oh.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, don't let it get inside your head.
You said earlier you didn't know much about Knight, in which case I find it rather strange you know about the chisel.
Of course I do, darling. Don't think we don't check prisoners when they come in.
You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. That is entirely irrelevant and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived.
I mean, of course, when Mr. Saint came in,
You checked him? I find it hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why didn't you confiscate it there and then? Judge Cavell, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess sets?
I did not.
If no one leaked our findings, how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warren Lagarde? It certainly couldn't have come from when you checked Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival.
Indeed. Such thing would imply an intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through.
Precisely. So, Warden Lagarde, answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I submit that you...
All right, darling, there's no need to rub it in. You've got me all right. I questioned Knight. That's when I learned about the chess set. Please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth?
None, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, darlings. I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise. Very well. Go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please the truth this time.
Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her.
I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand. I made a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. Knight was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. After we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away.
The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate.
It was simply a conversation on a new day, Teeny. That seems entirely above board. Exactly, Verity, darling. I knew you'd understand.
Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement?
I suppose we shall see, won't we, Mr. Edgeworth? You may begin your cross-examination. I said I questioned Knight.
Hold it!
So am I right in assuming you talked to Knight the night before the show?
Exactly, darling. It would have been around 3 a.m. on the 27th.
3 a.m.? That falls squarely within the window of time laid out in the autopsy reports. Seems rather late for a friendly chat. Wouldn't you have been asleep?
Normally, yes, but you remember, a guard was attacked in his cell. We had to examine the scene of the crime together. Information. These things take time, sweetie. I assure you, he was wide awake. We all were.
Regardless, I find it somewhat odd you would choose to question him at such a late hour.
Oh, you're such a tease, aren't you?
Ugh.
Anyway, no matter how odd you think it is, I had him brought to me, and that's what happened. Must you really insist on questioning every last thing I say?
Sorry, Thief, she's like a dog with a bone sometimes. I'll be sure to scold him once we're done. Though, would you mind giving us a little more info? Like where you're heading board to?
My office, of course. Where else?
Her office, which is where we believe the body was moved from. Would you mind appending what you just said to your testimony?
Anything for you, darling.
Hold it!
Remind me where your office is.
You've seen the sign in the detention center corridor, I imagine?
The one that says no entry?
That's it, sweetie. My office is just up there. A short walk from the holding cells.
I understand you also have access to the yard.
Of course, it's where my gorgeous little garden is. Oh, I see where you're going with this. You're saying that's how I moved the body.
You had the means and the opportunity. It's hardly impossible. Hardly impossible proves nothing. You have no evidence for this assertion.
Objection!
There's no other way the body could have been moved. Surely you haven't forgotten it was Mr. Saint who dropped Mr. Knight's body down the well. Yeah, what she said. You're miles off, Edgeworth. I probably shouldn't push this any further for now.
Hold it!
What did you and Mr. Knight speak about?
Nothing much, just a small talk, really. I asked him what animals he liked, what his hobbies were.
His hobbies? I imagine you talked about chess.
Yes, I couldn't stop him talking about it, in fact. He even had a piece of paper covered with little notes about it in his cell. At least I think that's what they were about.
So you've seen Knight's correspondence chess diagram.
Hold it!
How was he when you spoke with him?
Oh, he was so open and honest, darling.
What? That guy? Honest?
He was talking about one croissant and promoting a prawn. I suppose he must have been hungry.
En passant and promoting a pawn. Seems he spared no one from his obsession with chess.
Hold it!
If he'd really gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today.
You really think I'm the poor man right there in my office, don't you? What would my motive have been, darling? I told you I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but not had nothing to do with that animal.
She really does hate Canis. While we're on the guard, I must insist you append that statement to your testimony.
Objection!
Judge Cavell, I'd like you to have a look at this. Notes about a game of chess. What's the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth? It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you saw it too, Warren Lagarde. But you didn't just see the game in Knight's cell, did you? You see it in Mr. Canis' cell too.
What do you mean?
Objection!
Oh, come now, don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk, or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. She wants to find out what his cranes are, right? Personally interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular to say the least. But you said Mr. Canis has threatened you, put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were.
So what if I did?
You also told us about you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess.
Ah!
And then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. It seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You summarise at night was Mr. Canis' henchman sent to kill you. Which is the real reason she had the chit-chat with Bronxter. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chest set you found a hidden chisel.
The murder weapon itself.
As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing, Canis. Thus you convinced yourself Knight was working for Canis, and that's why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Cavell, your verdict, please.
As much as it grieves me, there would appear to be little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by... In the name of the goddess of justice, who is it this time? Warden? It's a joke. It's a big stupid joke. You people don't get it, do you?
I think we've proven you didn't understand things correctly.
Me? Please, darling, I understand it all perfectly well. Thank you very much. I understand there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth.
You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honour, the verdict.
I'm curious to hear what the warden has to say.
What?
You're a doll, Verity. I just one last thing to say that Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner.
You ran. You fucking dork.
Does anyone remember a certain autopsy report? Of course. We received the finalised version this morning. That's right. I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches?
Wait.
Riddle me this, Mr. Edgeworth. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound?
Oh!
Forgive me, O goddess. I came perilously close to making a terrible mistake. Looks like your theory's on that doesn't hold water, Edgeworth. What now, huh? What do we do?
It'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always comes through, right, sir? Oh. Looks to me like Malzatron's out of commission. You're an attorney too, ain't you? Why don't you do something? Turn things on their head with desperate bluff. Blow out the first mind-blowing thing that comes to you. Look, detective, I wish a man of action as the next guy. Without evidence, we're up creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road.
We can't give up now. We have to do something.
I'm certain that Warren Nagal is the killer. It's the only explanation that fixed the facts of the case. If the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon was there in this facility?
It seems we still do not have the answers, nor the evidence to provide those answers. We must wait till the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Come on, G, you're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender?
No, not me. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? Confound it, this question throws everything we deduced out the window.
Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to remind you that claims are supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties.
It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. Loath as I am to admit,
You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simone's counting on us. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was? He was devastated. Nobody's more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death. There's no way he did it. If we can't save him, who will? What's more, he believes in us. He's singing that song waiting for us to bring good news. I, for one, won't walk away till we have some.
Okay. Gee, Miles, your little buddy's quite the motivational speaker. She's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of the client, picture them pleading for you to help them. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can till the very end? Think of your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he always found a way to turn it around and save his client. You're just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simone's counting on you.
Judge Gavelle.
You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. If you mean to attempt a defense, I'd advise you consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and made numerous false accusations. If you do so again, I'll have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve you of your badge for good.
She's right. I have to put forward a number of theories that prove to be flawed in one way or another. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided.
Nothing to say. The court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby...
Sir!
Mr. Edgeworth, give my verdict.
That's it. I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided, I was being misled.
Defendant Simone Saint.
I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honour.
I'd say it's well past due, darling. Wouldn't you agree, Verity? Mr. Edgeworth, you may proceed. What?
I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog, a helmet, in fact, the fact he wasn't at the show, and these other factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first.
This again, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem almost proud of your blunder.
But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? Nat had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with a chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That's how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel was the murder weapon. Why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel's the murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest.
What it suggested? What are you talking about, darling?
Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think?
Huh? Oh, that Mr. Canis is the killer?
And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us.
Oh, Mr. Canis is a bunch of chisels. She wanted us to think he was one of his, right?
Indeed, that was her plan from the start. To frame Canis.
Your reasoning would appear to be sound. Warden Lagarde certainly seems to harbour a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Canis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warren Lagarde's the killer.
I knew it wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist.
If you cannot prove your theory, the conversation ends here.
Objection!
If we could just find the real murder weapon.
Objection!
How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison top to bottom. Eustace is quite correct. No other possible murder weapon has been found. I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse.
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside the prison. This would have made sure of that. The security gates? I'm glad you at least remember what it is. Do you remember what it does? Of course I do! I'm not an idiot! The security gate detects metal! Which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh! Precisely. If there's another murder weapon, it can't have been taken off the premises. Nor can it have brought into the prison in the first place. So we find ourselves right back where we begin. Judge Cavell. What I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is if you wish me to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you'd also have to explain to me how it got here. Alright. We know the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chest set. Our other contention is that the chisel's not the real murder weapon. What if the weapon came outside the facility? There must have been a way to bring it in. Yes, the question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route? Ugh. How did the weapon we're on the guard use to get into the prison? Ah. Of course, that's how. The fact is here of us shows how a blade object could have conveyed into the facility as well. What does any of that have to do with what we were just shown?
Take that!
Nice thinking, that's the way to get something made of metal into the prison. Indeed.
Overruled.
Even Before you congratulate yourselves any further, would you care to explain your thinking? Wait, you mean you can't use that at all? Mr. Edgeworth, I believed in you. I'm still worth believing in. So there isn't a way to get something made of metal There isn't a way something made of metal could have gotten in here and detected after all? There is, and it involves things coming in the prison that weren't bought by a visitor. We have a piece of evidence that shows how metal objects can be brought in without raising an alarm. Stop stalling, Mr. Edgeworth. Cut to the chase already. Head to the down again, so let's see here.
Take that!
No, not that.
Take that!
I haven't got a fucking clue what he's trying to get at here. No, it can't end like this. And yet, there's nothing more I can do. And with that, the truth proceeds into the darkness. God damn it. Coming into the prison that weren't bought by a visitor.
Overruled. Take that!
There we go. Allow me to remind you of one of our conversation with Mr. Canis yesterday. There's but one of my bells. One of only two in existence. Oh, and the other one was on the knife. There we go. There we go. I get it now. I get what it's getting at. So you see, there's a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized. As part of the evidence, Warren Lagarde borrowed from the police. What? Mr. Canis' knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, the knife had a certain bell attached to it. The bell that was attached to the chisel? Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. That can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look like the chisel was the murder weapon and attached the bell to it. In doing so, she made sure all the evidence pointed to Mr. Canis, who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken. The only person whom it had been entrusted. Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence? I believe it would be you, isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde? Bells aren't exactly rare, you know. Anybody could have set that up. Unluckily for you, it isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because they're the only two in existence. What? By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer. You don't have any proof the knife was ever here to begin with. I don't, not yet anyway. Mr. Winner, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Huh? If you do find something that's going to make things awkward for me. This isn't about what's convenient for you. We're here to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Yeah, but you know... This worthless excuse for a prosecutor. If I'd investigated with authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well she'll do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. Sorry, darling, but not without evidence. The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of the matter will have to be settled in the courtroom. No. If we give Lagarde the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. What do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Only I can save Mr. Saint, and that means... Even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? I suppose it must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honour. This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth. I've got it. Got what exactly? The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canis' knife is. Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. Not at all. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were bluffing. You wound me, Your Honour. I don't know the meaning of the word. This is terrible for my heart. There's no way you could... It's not here, I tell you! Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us?
Where is the real murder weapon?
Think, Miles. Think. Somewhere not even the police would search. A blind spot in this zoo. A hiding place the warden could possibly be sure of. The alligator. The alligator's feeling poorly. Come on, Helmet. Open up. Did she use the same trick? It's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think of it, how many foolproof ways of evade detection could there be?
Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting?
There's the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything. Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
Take that!
Here in the yard?
Indeed.
I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more?
Where exactly is the real murder weapon hidden?
Take that!
Of course, that's where it must have been. What's the matter, Detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator. What? How?
The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence.
The chisel?
Didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall Mr. Canis hid the chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe me if the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there.
What? No way!
We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Gavelle, we need to know what's inside that alligator.
Understood. We'll need to summon a veterinarian. I'm sure I could get a little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try.
Please, by all means.
Sorry, Regina, I completely forgot you were here.
Warden Lagarde, the real murder weapon's about to be revealed. I'll do the right thing and confess.
I have nothing to confess.
That you wish? Then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed. Sir, we got it.
This has to be it.
It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Canis's knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight.
I'm not the criminal here. It's all Canis' doing. I did the right thing. Knight was a threat. He's Canis' dog. Curse that despicable man, Canis. Why do you have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy together if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. He ruined everything. Curse that pitiless butcher. That awful, terrible, despicable man. Curse him!
I knew the coat was going to fall apart. I didn't expect it to be all made of foxes. Prosecutor Fwinner, sir. The tests have come back The test results have just come back. Fwinner, I guess you've been under a lot of stress. Traces of Bronco Knight's blood were found on Mr. Canis' knife. Just like you said, sir. Congratulations on a stunning victory. Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like. Yes, sir. Winner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little. With rage.
Excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done.
Huh? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I? We've yet to confirm whether or not Knight was really working for Mr. Canis. It'll be vital to know if Warren the Guard was simply jumping to conclusions on that front.
Huh?
There's Clueless and then there's you.
Well,
I guess we better get back to our investigation. Alright, officer, you're with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness first-rate investigative talent in action. Yes, sir. I'll come right with you, sir. I can't wait to watch your work. It's winning time!
I expect this case will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a president is news enough. Now this would-be assassin has been murdered?
Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place.
The truth's not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth, in the eyes of both society and the law. How can you even say that? You don't have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept this as the reality of the world he operates.
Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe.
We're all free to believe as we choose, but the law's not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, you must prepare to suffer the consequences.
What does that even mean? You're not going to take his...
I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Judge Gavel's right. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience?
Simon, you're out! Hi, Regina. Is everything alright? We did let you out, right? Yeah? I'm confused about what's going on. Some guy came and said I was free to go and that I had Mr. Edgeworth to thank. You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is. Really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh no, stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out under me now. Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you. Say thanks already. Okay, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. A great big legendary mercy for me, too.
Mr. Saint talking directly to me? Small victories, I suppose.
Can I just ask one question, Mr. Attorney?
Sure. I'm not touching an attorney, though.
I thought Bronco was my friend. My best friend. I trusted him, but now... But now? It's just, I never knew. I never would have believed he could hate someone enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, he never really trusted me, did he? That's not true, Simone. Of course he trusted you. No, he didn't. If he had, he'd have just told me. I could have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps. He had to let go of all that stuff.
Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something.
Take that!
It's the chess set I bought for him.
Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape.
What? You mean he was using me?
No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in this mess.
Oh. Bronco, why didn't you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simone? I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Simone's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over the whole thing by tomorrow.
That's not as complimentary as you may think.
I'll try. I have to. For Bronco. I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there.
That's the spirit.
Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love for you to come, if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right. The Big Belly Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event. You'll have loads of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? We have to go.
Well, I'll think about it.
Okay, Simone, we've got some training to do. It's time for you and Regent to get acquainted. Well, Regent? The tiger? Oh, I can't do this. No way. No. You'll be fine, silly. You never met a nicer kitty cat. I can't. Please, Regina, anything but that, please.
Another satisfied customer. That was really something, Smiles. Talk about pulling out the bag. I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for never being able to investigate the case in the first place. Oh, stop. Pat me on the back any harder, you're going to make me blush. Or topple over. I suppose it would be asking too much of you to take this seriously. Seriously? Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyway, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast. Remind me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing right beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job. That's good? Bittersweet? I'm not sure. Miles, you ever about going to the defense game full time? Excuse me? You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people. Hey, Pat, I don't got any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth isn't about to switch sides. Why not? Go over to the light side's all the rage. Everyone's doing it these days. Come on, Mr. Fender, you know it's not about that. Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was asking a perfectly innocent question. No, you weren't. The hell you were. Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles. Fender, I am a prosecutor. And I'm an attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I've said my piece. If you change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting. Following my father's footsteps. Could I really do such a thing?
I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my dad.
Oh! An attorney like my father. Me?